Boker Tov and Lashana Tova to you all. Good morning and happy Jewish New Year. I'm Kay Azar and we welcome you to Shawnee Mission Unitarian Universalist Church. Leah Angari reminds us this is the season of repair, a time to reflect on how we might endure when life tears us apart. Let us gather today in celebration of our shared humanity and our personal power. We are so happy that you've chosen this sanctuary and time and that you're here is something to celebrate. We extend an especially warm welcome to our visitors. We'll be waiting to chat with you at the welcome desk after the service. Remember, we were all newcomers once. And if you're joining us online, please say hi in the chat. We now invite everybody to rise and greet one another.
At the start of our services, we do a ringing bowl to invite a sense of peace and calm in with us. Our opening words today come from Joan Javier Duval. Holy mystery, silent presence, uncertain bearer of the weight of it all. In these quiet moments, we listen. We listen for the maybe still breathing, perhaps still whispering, faintest sign of the universal good. We listen between the cacophony of distractions, pulling us towards untruth and falsehood. We listen amidst the shrill cries of desperation, of we've had enough, of when will they stop, how much more, and when will it be safe. We listen and we wait. Through the tumult of these days, we seek assurance. We seek the fulfillment of a promise made by and to our ancestors, a promise made to ourselves. Help us, abiding mystery, to hang on, to hold on when all is in question, when all is in doubt. May we continue listening. May we keep watch. May we beckon love and justice and mercy with our own whispers, with our shouts, with our cries, until all know themselves as part of the circle of love. To introduce the special ritual that we will do today, I bring you these words from James Luther Adams. Human beings, individually and collectively, become human by making commitments, by making promises. The human being as such, as Martin Buber says, is the promise-making, promise-keeping promise-breaking, promise-renewing creature. The human being is the promise maker, the commitment maker. We come together today to spend time thinking about repair. We do this as a form of honoring the rituals of repair that are undertaken in the annual Jewish high holidays of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. This is a time when we recall all of the promises we have made to each other and to life itself. We witness all the ways we have both kept and broken these promises, and we turn ourselves to repair and renewal for each broken promise. We do so for ourselves, for our congregations, and for this faith tradition that we share. It is deep and embodied work. This morning, I'd like to share with you a ritual of promise in our worship time this morning. We will create a circle of promise here around the chalice, hold it tender, acknowledge how we have broken it, and repair it with our recommitment.
Some people are used to keeping rules. Don't cross the street when the light is red, only sensible. It turns out that keeping the rules isn't the same as keeping the covenant, which asks us, instead of keeping a bright line, to keep our promises.
To what have we promised ourselves? To this moment in time and place, to this community, and even tenderly interconnected, this planet. We promise ourselves to the idea that we are each and all human beings. We promise that there is something moving between us that we cannot tame and cannot measure. The chalice is a reminder that what flame we keep inside us cannot light the way. The light must spill to shine.
The thing you must be is yourself, unadulterated, shedding the willingness to journey alone, as though you are made of something hard and unforgivable. You are human. You belong right here, right now. And together we will chase away the sickness, the secrets, and leave only the open possibility that the future is a space for growth.
As Eliza comes forward to light our chalice, we invite you to join us as we recite our covenant. Let us affirm that love is the doctrine of this church, the quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Could I have all the children and youth come forward, please? Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi, Arjun. Hi, Andre. Hi, guys. Hi, Eliza. Hi, Joy. It's so nice to see you all. How's everybody doing today? Tired? Yeah. Happy? Mm-hmm. Anybody else? How's everybody doing? Good. Oh, they're having a little secret RE meeting over here. All right. I can't even barely see you guys. You guys are hiding under my little podium here. All right. I have a question for Micah. I'm wondering if Micah, could you tell me a true uh-oh story?
Uh-oh, like, uh-oh, I messed up. Or like, uh-oh, I'm so cool.
More like, uh-oh, I mean, you are cool, but uh-oh, like, ooh, uh-oh. Do you guys have any true uh-oh stories? Have you guys ever made an uh-oh? No, you haven't, never. Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I'm doing this for others who might have, yeah. Micah, tell us your true uh-oh story.
Okay, so picture it. I'm 20, and I look pretty much the same. So, like, that's not really hard to imagine. And I'm living in New York City, and I'm working at a church as a youth pastor, and it's really fun and cool, and I made lots of friends. And my church was like, you know, it's time for you to become a member. Like, we need you to be in our congregation. It's not enough for you to just work here. And I'm like, oh, that's fun. So they schedule a day, and I'm like, okay, great. So that Saturday, or maybe that weekend, I'm like talking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go to this thing at my church, blah, blah, blah. And Sunday morning, I wake up, and my throat's a little scratchy, and my head kind of hurts, and I probably haven't drank enough water, so I'm probably a little dehydrated. And it's time for me to like get up and go, and I just sort of go, oh, I'm so tired, and I roll back over and go to sleep on the very day that I'm gonna become a member, and there's like a huge party. Right, thank you, Joy, thank you, that's the face. That's the face you should be making. So I sort of blew them off, but not really on purpose. It was kind of an accident, but it was an accident, sort of. That is one thing that taught me how to let my yes be yes and my no be no, and to be a person of my word, because people's feelings were hurt. I had folks calling me going like, are you okay? Is everything fine? You weren't at service today. And I was like, oh, my throat was a little scratchy. They didn't believe me. And so my one friend, she came to my house and kind of confronted me and said, hey, you have got to be a woman of your word. And from that day forward, I've done my best to be a woman of my word. So, Rose, do you have an uh-oh story or? Okay, good.
I have a lot of uh-oh stories where it's like, uh-oh, I'm so cool. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I just have so many. It was hard to choose, honestly. But I think one that still gets me is that my mother's family has that good, dry, Western Kansas sense of humor. Oh, we will just say things so dryly, and people do not know whether or not I'm joking, and sometimes people end up getting hurt, and sometimes I don't fully know when the joke is over. So, we all got to be careful not to tease people too much, because some people, sometimes it hurts. Have you guys ever made an uh-oh? Yeah. Yeah, Joy, we know. You don't need to. Why don't you just go be free? You don't need to come to church anymore if you're so perfect. Yeah, are you pointing at your brother? You think he's made an uh-oh? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Well, today in the service, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about times that we've let ourselves down, when we've let other people down, and the mistakes that Micah and I talked about. They really matter, but sometimes we make really, really, really big mistakes too. Sometimes we make really, really, really big mistakes that we really have to spend a long time repairing and thinking through and building relationships. So we try to create a space here in worship where we lift up, that we make promises, we keep them, we break them, and then we renew them. Has anyone here ever renewed a promise? Has anyone here ever broken a promise? And then what do you say when you break a promise? Yeah? Sorry. Yeah, that's a little way that you renew and build trust. So to help you guys through this, we have these special handy dandy first ever seen SMUUCh promise packets for the kids. And here Miss Micah's going to describe them to you. And then I also need you, if you're going to stay in the service, I need you to grab some crayons so you can draw.
Okay, so the ritual might feel a little confusing, but this little packet is going to walk you all the way through it. So the first part is the promises we make. And that's just about promises that we've made and we've kept, and it's been awesome. And then when Rev Rose says it's okay, and this is going to be probably for the, second through fifth graders. When Rev Rose says it's time to come, you come up and you place a flower in the circle. There will be a big circle. We'll place a flower in it. Then you'll go back to your seat and draw some more. Then we're going to talk about the promises we keep. So thinking about the things that, people have, that the promises that we have made and kept sacred. And then we talk about the promises we break, which is not fun, but we have to talk about it. And Rev Rose will tell you to, Rev Rose will tell you to come and grab a flower out from the circle. So be listening for her. You will also get a small stone to hold to help you understand just the weight of your promises that you broke. Then, and when it's time, you'll place your stone in the circle to fill the empty space when we get to promises that we renew. And then when it's time to try again, you are going to take that piece of paper. It looks like a little rectangle. And it says, my promise. You're going to write on it about a promise that you want to make or to repair.
All right. Youth, you are excused to go to your class. And middle school, everybody else, you're staying here. And you have your packet to color on. We come to this place to see and be seen, to teach and be taught, to hear and be heard. I invite you to reach over and nudge the person sitting next to you, reminding them and yourself that we are gathered here together in peace and in authenticity and in intention. We also come to this space to share our joys and sorrows. At this time, the live stream will be temporary. As we return to live streaming our service, let us take a moment to come more fully into this space. You might put your feet flat on the floor, close your eyes if you're comfortable, relax. Noticing an area that is tense or tight. Today we think of all those in our midst who are struggling with the vows that they have broken. we turn our compassion inwards towards ourselves, knowing that we have broken our vows 1,000 times, and yet ours is no caravan of despair, that we each in our multitudes are invited to come, yet again come. In our moments of pain, regret, and tender hope, we invite ourselves, we open ourselves to a love that is big enough for even us. Knowing that perhaps only we know the true depth of our true uh-oh moments. We smile, letting the corners of our lips turn up with the chances that we have laid out before us to repair, to begin anew. I invite you to put your hand over your heart, giving yourself the love and compassion, the understanding that you can truly give yourself, knowing that there is a community of people who too are trying to give that to themselves and one another. May it be so, and amen.
We are building, belonging. We are building, belonging. We are building, belonging. We are building, belonging.
The word promise has at least two meanings. The first is possibility, as in, she had such promise. The other is commitment. I promise you this. We are beings of promise, and our lives play out at the meeting of these two meanings, where our potential and our commitment encounter one another, tangled up in all of our relatedness. One promise makes the other real. Without infinite possibility stretching out before us, to what would we need to be faithful? And without our faithfulness, what could ever become of that infinite possibility? We are beings of promise. We are a faith of promise, and our communities practice and organize themselves primarily around potential and commitment. One promise makes the other real. We proclaim what yet may be, and we devote ourselves to its becoming. We covenant with each other and with life, and so doing, we find that what is possible grows and grows. We are a faith of promise. And I would like to invite you now to weave a circle of our promises, naming some of the sacred possibilities and cherished commitments of Unitarian Universalism as myself and the children create a circle of flowers showing the beauty of the covenants we share. So from your seats, as we create this circle, I invite you to call out a sacred possibility or cherished commitment of our faith. And now I invite the children to come forward.
Promise of our faith is inclusion.
The promise of our faith is service.
The promise of our faith is bringing our whole selves.
The promise of our faith is love.
A promise of our faith is justice.
A promise of our faith is creativity.
The promise of our faith is allowing ourselves to be extended.
The promise of our faith is belonging.
A promise of our faith is renewal.
The promise of our faith is service.
The promise of our faith is the interconnected of all life.
Promise of our faith is caring for people across generations.
A promise of our faith is community.
A promise of our faith is good stewardship.
A promise of our faith is that we are
Unitarian Universalism promises that we can be together in a way that upholds the dignity of every person. 2 weekends ago, myself and 4 members of our community met at the Center for Conflict Resolution in Kansas City to study just how we could possibly keep a promise like that, even and especially when we are in conflict. In this training, we sat in a circle and passed a carefully worn piece of driftwood from hand to hand and shared with each other what our hopes are for what we could do together. When I tell you that I saw the leaders of this church show a depth of commitment that moved me, I hope you can hear the cloud of witnesses that stood around us, applauding us, urging us towards compassion. When I tell you that I know that each person in that circle we were in has broken their vows 1,000 times, I hope you understand that it is from this place of brokenness that we come to be as tender as we can be. When I tell you that with each pass of the talking piece around the circle, we spiral deeper into sharing and openness and vulnerability about the ways that we've broken our vows to ourselves and to each other and to this church, I hope you can understand that there is a trust between us that was made, a new vow was made to one another. When I tell you that this love we have for each other is how we must hold ourselves as well, as those centuries of love and commitment and promise and repair is present in each and every one of us, I hope you know in your heart that you would be held like this as well. When I tell you that the people who crave repair are faithful, and that when I see people cared for like this, despite the obstacles, I see the promise of our faith kept, I hope you are filled with resonance, because you too serve with people who are faithful and full of promise. I'd like you now to think deeply upon your witness of possibility that has unfolded within our faith, in your life, and in the communities you serve. Where is a promise being kept? Where does faithfulness abide? As we sing, are sung to and sing together, I invite you to remember the faithfulness among us and the promise unfolding even now.
Bloom, my bloom, may the flowers of life surround us. Bloom, my bloom, may the flowers of life surround us. Bloom, my bloom, may the flowers of life surround us. Bloom, my bloom, may the flowers of life surround us.
We are people who break things. We break promises. We break hearts. We break glasses and lives. We break things out of carelessness and out of cruelty. We break things we never meant to break. We break things because we cannot imagine another way. We break things because we are clumsy. We break things because we are humans.
The poet Doriana Lau writes, "What's broken? The slate black sky, the middle step on the back porch, and long ago, my mother's necklace, the beads rolling north and south. Broken the rose stem, water into drops, glass knobs on the bedroom door, last summer's pot of parsley and mint, white roots shooting like streamers through the cracks. Years ago, the cat's tail and the bird bath, the car hood's rusted latch, broken little finger on my right hand at birth, I was pulled out too fast. What hasn't been rent, divided, split, broken the days into nights, the night sky into stars, and the stars into patterns I make up as I trace them with a broken off blade of grass. Possible, unthinkable, the cricket's tiny back as I lie on the lawn in the dark, my heart a blue cup fallen from someone's hand."
We have all broken promises. Our communities have all broken promises. Our faith has broken faith with people and with life. I invite people now to come forward and remove a flower from the circle representing the promises you or your community have broken or witnessed broken by our faith, and return the flower to the bowl. We live lives entangled in a big world, that is powered by love and broken by supremacy systems, and every day we participate in harm without even knowing it, yielding still more broken promises. It's difficult to take flowers out of a beautiful circle. It's so hard to watch beautiful things be destroyed. I will now remove several more flowers to represent the harm we've caused or allowed without our awareness. Breaking our covenant sometimes is unavoidable, and breaking our faith with life is real. Precious things are destroyed even when we deeply regret their destruction. Part of the work of being human is sitting before this broken circle, acknowledging it fully and refusing to turn away. It is heavy work. And now, to represent this heaviness, we will give you each a stone to hold as you sit with this grief, this destruction that we all own together, this brokenness that is painful and real and true. Let us sit in grief and sorrow now together for all that is lost.
For all that is lost, for all that is lost.
The poet Shawnee writes, "There is a brokenness out of which comes the unbroken, a shatteredness out of which blooms the unshatterable. There is a sorrow beyond all grief which leads to joy, and a fragility out of whose depth emerges strength. There is a hollow space too vast for words through which we pass with each loss, out of whose darkness we are sanctioned into being. There is a cry deeper than all sound, whose serrated edges cut the heart as we break open to place inside which is unbreakable and whole while learning to sing. There is yet a promise in you that abides beyond your failures and your foibles. There is possibility that you can still make real even now. There are commitments to which we must rededicate our lives. The final step in our liturgy of promise is renewal. Together we can turn back again to the love that is unshatterable, and to it we can rededicate our lives. We must be clear, there is no returning to before the shattering. There is no pathway back to the circle before it was broken. Nothing will be the same. But repair is still within reach. With our rededication, we can make the circle whole once more. I invite you to take a moment holding your rock to make a promise to life, to our faith, to yourself, about how you will move forward now in the work of repair. Hold that stone in your hand and fill it with your renewed promise.
I am the builder, and I am the brick, building foundations that are durable and thick. I am the builder, and I am the brick, building foundations that are durable and thick.
Now let us take these stones of renewal and place them in the gaps in our circle, making it whole once more.
Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us. Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us. Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us. Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us. Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us. Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us. Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us. Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us. Stone by stone, stone will repair the damage inside us. Stone by stone will repair the damage inside us. Stone by stone will repair the damage inside us.
In order to create accountability and a moment of shared reflection for our group, we have left a pencil and a paper on your chair where we invite you to write something anonymously that you feel you must repair. We invite you to read what the people who surround you are hoping to repair when we post them on a bulletin board in the fellowship hall later. As the hymn leaders sing, you may listen or sing along with them. We invite you to write on your slip of paper and put it into the basket with your offertory.
I am the builder, and I am the brick, building foundations that are durable and thick. Bloom by bloom, let the flowers of life surround us. Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us. Bloom by bloom, may the flowers of life surround us. Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us. Bloom by bloom, let the flowers of life surround us. Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us. Bloom by bloom, let the flowers of life surround us. Stone by stone, we'll repair the damage inside us.
The work of this church depends on us. Our offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation of our shared values.
Good morning. I have an announcement to make. So we are going to have beloved community circles for the next 3 weeks on the topic of safety and security and belonging. It starts at noon, and it will be in the multi-purpose room this week. Next week, it'll be somewhere different. So beloved community circles around safety, security, and belonging at noon in the multi-purpose room. Also, we've got the Women in Femmes. Their community circle is happening next week at 11:45 in the multi-purpose room.
The circles that Micah is leading today, the beloved community circles, are in the format that we learned at the Center for Conflict Resolution, and I'm very, very excited about the potential that circles could bring to us as a community. My only announcement is that the next 2 Sunday services are the Coming Out Day service and the Addiction service. both of which include a community blessing. The sanctuary will remain in the round for a few more weeks. I hope you will invite your friends and family who are in need of that type of love and support, either being part of the LGBTQ community, family and friends, or for the second service, people who are in recovery or are in relationship with someone who's in recovery. And now I invite you to rise as you are willing and able for our closing hymn, number 323, Break Not the Circle.
Break not the circle of enabling love, where people grow forgiven and forgiving. Break not the circle, make it wider still, till it includes, embraces all the living. Come wonder at this love that comes to life, where words of freedom are with humor spoken, and people keep no store of wrong and guilt, but will that human bonds remain unbroken.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment.
Carried in our hearts until we are together again. Behold this circle of promise, made, kept, broken, and renewed. Behold this circle that we make, remake, break, and repair when we return to the promise of our shared liberation struggle again and again. Hear these words from our beloved UU ancestor, Elandria Williams. She says, "Put your feet down to the earth because we're about to do some embodiment." Close your eyes one more time before we leave. Breathe in and breathe out. When you hear the word liberation, liberatory spirit, liberatory life, liberatory possibilities, what does that conjure in your soul? When you hear we are the liberating force, spirit, light, and love, what does that conjure in your spirit? When you hear that we have the power to transform the world around us, what does that mean in your bones? When you hear we are the people we've been waiting for, and we are, how does that feel in your blood? We are the light. We are the wisdom. We are and will be the ancestors. We are those yet to come. How do we fully hold all of that in ourselves? Open your eyes, look around you, and go out and organize. Go in peace.